It's another exciting time here at the studio, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be talking about the Web3 onboarding series, where we'll know how difficult or easy it is to be onboarded in the Web3 ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode. My name remains MC Rich. I'm going to be your host for today. You know what to do, stay glued and have fun. Let's go. In the studio with me today, ladies and gentlemen, is someone I find so interesting. I mean, his journey has been really inspiring and very intriguing, to be honest. I know him as a comedian. I used to know him as a comedian. I don't know. He's here. He's going to tell us if he's still a comedian. I know him as a comedian. I know him as a skit maker and all of that. And most recently, I see that his name is Investor Jamie. He's in the best position to introduce himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome Investor Jamie. All right,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank you so much, boss. Thank you for having me. My name is Jamie, popularly known as Jamie on Twitter, Investor Jamie, as he said. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's amazing. It's nice to have you here. I have a lot to ask you actually,
Okay.
and since the last time we met and had an encounter, a lot have changed for you, like a whole lot. I mean, I don't need to beat around the bush. I'll just go straight to the point.
Okay.
So the first time we met, you were a skit maker.
Yeah.
You do skits. You do skits. I think you do stand-up comedy too, right?
Yeah, I did
This is
stand
what
up.
you
Yeah.
did as a career.
Yeah.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, I discovered that these days you're most active on Twitter,
Okay.
posting about projects and all of that. What has changed in the past few months for you? I'd love to know.
Okay. I would say Web3 happened.
Web3.
Yeah, I think I
Ah,
can
that's
say that.
nice.
Okay, fine. I was always a comedian. I'm still a comedian, but
Oh,
not more a full-time comedian. I was doing skits, Shingbai comedy on YouTube. I was also doing stand-up comedy as a part-time, but wasn't a talented stand-up though. So okay, when I met up with Industry and started my journey, I think I lo- I think I fell in love with Web3 more. I started channeling more energy into Web3. So that made me reduce the way I was doing my content and was now focusing more on chain industry because that was where I was seeing the money.
okay. So that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
Of course, passion would always remain in your heart,
yeah,
and it's something you can always go back to. But
yeah,
for now, we are focused on where the money is coming from.
exactly.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say have changed? Like, apart from the fact that you dedicate most of your time in the Web3 ecosystem, in your life generally, what do you think have changed? Like, I mean, let's assume that this comedy thing was paying,
Okay.
but then you now discovered Web3 that is paying even more. And then
Okay.
luckily, you are now passionate about the whole thing, right? You
Okay.
are passionate about the whole Web3 thing. What do you think have changed for you? Like, what changed that made you focus more on Web3? Because you can still make it as a comedian,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
So what happened really that made you just be like, okay, wait, let me pause this comedy thing for a while and then focus on this Web3 thing and see where it goes?
Okay, first of all, what I would say has changed is my mentality.
Okay.
Yeah. When I say mentality, I mean when you come into the Web3 system, you get to learn every day. I know every this I don't think there is any Web3, even if it's a dolo enthusiast that will say he knows it all. As a matter of fact, as a tech bro, sorry, you learn every day. once you wake up, you come to Twitter, you see a new post, you see a new project that you have to study, know about them, want to invest in them, you have to go through their white papers and everything. So the part where I love learning, because I'm somebody that loves learning a lot. Even while I was doing comedy, I was always following a lot of comedians. I watched their skits. I learned from the way they edit, the way they make their facial expression and all of that. So as somebody that loves learning, I found myself in Web3 and saw that in Web3 you have to learn every day. You learn every time. So that's changed a lot with my mentality as well.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. So, it feels like the Web3 thing just kind of aligned with your personality,
Yeah, yeah,
and that
exactly.
makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But do you think that you're going to go back into comedy? Or is there ever going to be a time, maybe when you've made maybe when you make your first $1 million in
Okay.
the space, do you think that you're going to leave Web3 and then go back into comedy full time? Because I mean, as a comedian myself,
Yeah,
the whole thing is different when you have money.
yeah,
People treat you differently with
yeah,
more respect.
yeah.
Customers respect you,
Okay.
right? They value your time better.
Yeah.
So do you think that when this money is made in this space, you're still going to go back into the Web3 space, or rather
Um,
into the comedy world full time?
well, I think when we started the podcast, there's something you said earlier.
Yeah,
You said, passion. When you have passion for something, it's still inside of you.
yeah,
Well, I won't deny it, yes, but I won't say I'll go back to it full time because I also love Web3.
no Web3.
Comedy is part of me. As
Yeah,
a matter of fact, for the fact that I've stopped creating content, I still have content inspiration
wow.
almost every day. I still write content, but no time to go and
To go
shoot
and
it. Yeah.
shoot, okay.
So, and I also notice in comedy, you need money to make money in comedy. You
Yeah,
need money to drive audience. You need money to push your videos. You also need money to even fund your video.
true.
Because if you watch top skit makers like Disney, you see the money they spend on their
Yeah, for
videos.
props and all of
Yeah,
that.
for
That's very
even
true.
paying people to bring out their originality of passion and talent. So you need money to do the comedy. So that's why I'm focusing more on Web3 for now. So maybe, as you said, the first $1 million, then I can go back to my comedy because it's my passion.
All right, that makes a whole lot
Yeah.
of sense. Now, I want to know, is there a way that is it possible that um Web3, are you using your comedic talents in the Web3 space? Or is the investor Jamie a new persona, very different from the owner of Shingbai Comedy?
Mm,
Or did you just shift perspective?
well, what I would say is that no, I won't change because
Okay.
I don't know. I
So
think
you the crack joke for dev.
not like cracking jokes. I think when I've seen a lot of content creators in Web3, I see the way
Web3.
they make videos for each project, and I'm not going to not offending anybody. Their videos are always boring,
Yeah.
boring to the fact that I am as a content creator. I love seeing videos that will
Have
entice
fun.
me. Yeah, fun
Yeah.
videos. So and this is what I always do. Yeah, once I see a project and I want to try, or maybe I'm given the opportunity to create content for them,
Yeah.
I always try as much as possible to make it very fun, very easy. I love I think content creating is supposed to be fun and easy because let's just say my audience, 90% of my audience, even on Twitter, are Nigerians.
Mm.
And Nigerians, no matter how beneficial your video is, if it is boring, somebody will skip it.
Yeah.
So you have to try to make your video, first of all, eye-catching by making the color gradings, then the energy you give on your video. If you are just there talking like you are being paid, like you are being forced to make the
To
video,
make the video.
somebody will skip the video no matter how beneficial the video is.
Yeah. So some people make it look like it's work. Like they make it look like it's a 9 to 5 job they don't like. So they just
Yeah,
sit down, hello ladies and gentlemen. I want to told you about my project. Whether you like it or not, I must told you
Yeah,
about my
yeah,
project.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
can relate to what you're saying.
Yeah, and from experience, I think a lot of project owners they do love the energetic part, although they won't mention it.
Yeah.
Once you make a video for their project, they see the energy you give. They'll see it as the love you have for their project, and you will likely get gig from them. You
Yeah.
likely catch their attention more than other people that will just sit one place and make straight videos. I won't, if I see a content creator do that and maybe I just want to engage, I'll just read your caption and move. But if your video is boring, I'm not going to watch it to the end. So you have to try to make the video entire. That's what I used to do. I try to put energy. I can't make a boring video. I won't post it because I
Okay.
won't be satisfied myself. I have to be satisfied with my video before I let it out. And when I say satisfaction, I mean energy.
Yeah.
Try as much as possible to make it fun.
Make it
If you
fun.
can crack joke at any point, you do it to fire your audience like your video.
Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. So, um, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie started as a comedian. Now he's a content creator and mostly an ambassador for Web3 projects. It just goes to show that the Web3 space is for everybody, but it's not just for anybody. You have to be dedicated, you have to be serious. I have one more question for you, and then that's it. I want to know, can you give us um, a brief rundown of how your onboarding process was? Just a story. How did you stumble on Web3?
Well, first off, I said I knew about chain industry where I learned about everything Web3. I knew about them, I think 2021.
Okay.
I think before I started, I was always doing content with Brigas. He's now a senior dev.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think at that point I was always acting for him before I even started my own comedy.
Wait, Brigger's not dev.
Oh,
Not dev
he's a
now.
tech bro.
He's a tech bro.
Yeah.
I fear now. Ah,
I'm sorry. He's a tech bro.
Briggers no book. I want to be tech. I want to be dev.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
please continue. Don't
yeah, so
mind
I
me.
was always acting with him for him. He
Mm.
was also a content creator, comedy content creator. So at some point he stopped. So we were now like his team members forcing him, telling him, why are you not shooting? What's going on? He would just be telling us, I don't have chance, I don't have chance. Like, what's taking your time? This is something you love more than all of us.
Mm.
So at some point, started seeing the changes. It was now from his iPhone 7 to iPhone X to iPhone. It was just upgrading.
Yeah.
So
And if I can remember clearly, because I used to shoot skits with what's it called, with Briggers too. There were
yeah,
times where the highest phone we had that time was a 7 Plus.
yeah,
If you
exactly.
see an X to shoot with, man,
yeah,
you'll be
yeah,
senior
yeah.
man, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
then you
true.
get to a point where you have access to any device you want based on the fact that there is money now.
Okay.
So you saw that,
Yeah.
and then that's what you're describing, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
please continue.
So there's this particular day I went to his place. I wanted to ask him about a particular edit pattern. So when
Yeah.
I went, I saw the big screen where he was using to work. I was like, wow. So he was laughing at me. He was like, "Shay, don't tell me you can't join the industry, you know, agree." I was like, at some point, his mom, because his mom knows me, told me, the mom advised me and told me that he knows comedy is good, comedy is this and that, that I should go and join the industry, that she's giving me a motherly advice.
Da, senior man. Do you know, see, people they see what you they do. Che, you know.
Yeah.
He get the way, he get the, I think as a comedian myself, there are times where I could remember clearly when I went to do a performance one time. Omo, the joke no funny, bro. You know, funny. I don't know what happened, right? But it wasn't one of my best. This woman just looked me, said that, Ofana, aya baby So it resonates in my mind every
Okay.
time. Like, if person see you now, come tell you say senior man, see this thing wey you dey do, you know, for like gender, hunger go kill you. It's something to think about though.
Exactly.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
So I think that the mom said it out of love.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
she just look you say that.
Yeah.
Umanam, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So
So-
yeah, I'm listening.
So after the mom told me, So I was like, okay, I started taking it into consideration. At least when I came to change Austria, I think at that then the lowest amount you could pay was $10. So funny enough, as cheap as $10, I didn't have it to pay. So I was going through, I think I'm chain 7 then.
Mm.
So I was going through, but then I was bothered because I was so scared because I really wanted to do chain industry and I knew that I had to meet up that $10 pay for investment plan payment.
Yeah.
So I think at some point I had to leave Uyo. I traveled down to where my dad is. I went back to my former workplace where I was working before I became a
What were you
student.
doing?
I was the bed Niger manager of the shop.
Oh,
Yeah, so I had
okay.
to go back and the company like
He better pass mortuary attendant.
yeah, yeah. The
There's
company was
prestige in bed
yeah,
Niger.
the company had to like take me back because of the integrity I had. I
Yeah, yeah.
never had shortage and all of that. So when I come back, they just make me work at. So when I came back, I had to do the work. I wasn't even paid. I was doing it for free, but there's
Pro
always
bono.
yeah, there was always this small gain you get for
Yeah, wait, I don't understand, bro. You said you call and work.
yeah.
That will not be work now. They know they pay you. That will not work.
No, I think it was like a voluntary job, but it's a job that the
Okay.
company knows it will
It
benefit
will
you because of
benefit
the year.
you. Oh,
And I wasn't going to work sometime up to a month because
okay.
I'm a student. So they are just doing okay, just do it as a student, the small naira you get. So I was saving every kobo I had from that. So
Hmm.
so when I noticed I had up to I think by then $10 was is it 13,000? I had up to 13,000. On my way back to you, $10 increased.
Oh, okay.
$10 increased
Oh,
above
yeah.
the 13,000 to 14. So I
Hmm.
had to borrow 1,000.
You
I
had to
had
borrow 1,000.
like I borrowed, and the funny thing I was supposed to pay today.
Hmm.
Like I said, okay, let me pay it tomorrow. The next day, 200 was on top. So
So
I was like, what is it?
that's 14,200.
200. Yeah. So when I got the account to pay,
This is interesting.
I sent 14,000. So when
Eh,
I sent 14,000, I think the registrar told me,
it's
it's
remaining
remaining
200.
200. So I was like, oh God, I don't have 200.
Guy, are you
So
serious?
yeah, so okay, they told me to message Mr. Emmanuel Empato. So then I
Eh,
messaged him
for 200
for
naira.
200 naira. So he was
Wow.
like,
Okay.
don't worry, I'll pay that for you because
Wow.
he saw that I
But
was consistently trying to pay the
yeah,
money. So
yeah,
I think he
yeah,
just
yeah.
said, okay, I should leave it. You pay the 200 for me. So that was
Hmm.
just how crazy it was. I didn't count how many times I came for class hungry.
Hmm.
Nobody will know because I'll
Nobody
still
would
try to
know.
listen, to learn. Something that you have already seen result on somebody's body. Like you
You
don't
feel
need
like,
anybody to tell you to be
yeah, to
serious.
put in
Yeah, so you had to
energy.
like force yourself no matter what. So that was how
Wow.
it was.
Wow. That story is very touching. To be honest, I think I love it when I love it. I love to hear stories like this. Not because I can help you, I want to help you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's because there are people out there who are going through similar situations, and then most of them have given up,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
That
true.
resilience, that push, and you're just starting.
Exactly,
Like you just they start.
exactly.
There's still so much potential in the space for you. I
Yeah.
receive updates. I didn't turn on your notification. But whenever you post on Twitter, I see it.
Okay.
Everybody sees it. That's the thing. Until a project that is going to pay you well, see it. You keep putting in the energy, you keep showing up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there are a couple of times where you're definitely going to fail. A couple of times. But
Yeah.
like this story is quite unique. And I'm really grateful that you had time to share with us
Yeah. Thank
on
you.
this wonderful podcast.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm sure when you became a the Web3 investor, Jamie, it wasn't all smooth sailing.
No,
You
it
had a
wasn't.
lot of challenges too.
Yeah. True.
Had to learn, unlearn, make mistakes,
Yeah.
lose money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you've come to a point where you can joke around with $10 now. Chai, because if you want to invest now, you have to put in money
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
make money. And
Exactly.
then sometimes you put in money,
And it goes.
it goes
It's
away.
Web3 for you.
Do you understand? So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Moving from a point where you couldn't afford $10
Yeah.
to getting to the level where $10 is nothing for you.
Yeah.
These are the kind of stories we want to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing time with you guys, and Investor Jimmy has been a wonderful spot. We've talked about a lot of things, and it's quite interesting to see the progress and the growth. We're not saying that Web3 is the only industry that blesses people.
Yeah.
We're just saying that for the few ones that have tested Web3, that have tested tech, that have been serious with it, they have a whole lot of testimonies. We're grateful that you had time to watch us. We're
Yeah.
going to say goodbye for now. And when we're back on the next episode, we're going to talk more on the onboarding series, share you more insightful stories on how people sometimes struggle before they finally succeeded in the Web3 space. For some persons, it was easier. For others, even one key, they had to borrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Investor Jimmy, say something to the house. Maybe something to inspire them before we call it a day.
All right, guys. If you're out there, you're a Web3 enthusiast, because everybody's a Web3 enthusiast in this
Yeah,
space,
yeah,
even those that have skills and non-skill. But so far, you're a Web3 enthusiast. That means you have the passion for Web3.
yeah.
So please, what I have to say is, if you are currently going through any lectures or you are not even going, please try and get one. Come and join Chain Industry. If you are with Chain Industry, you have been going through classes, please keep on going. I don't think anybody went through what I went through. I don't know if there's anybody, if you have stayed 2 days, you have not eaten, but you're still coming to classes, then that means your own is worse than my own.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so if your story is not that bad, and here I am, I've not died, I've survived, at least, and I get a lot of comments that I've added up.
Your cheeks don't they come out.
That's all thanks to Web3. So please don't give up. There is money in this space. I would love to see you here. Thank you, guys.
All right, makes sense. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this wonderful podcast. I really wish we wouldn't have to leave now, but of course, we have to give you time to do other things. Maybe go back to work.
Yeah.
Maybe finally decide to start being one of the Web3 enthusiasts we've been talking about. We love you so much. We're going to see you on the next episode. If you want to see more of us, you have to like this video. You have to comment, just so we can know that you're part of our tribe. Then you have to share. Don't be stingy. Share to your friends so they can enjoy this wonderful thing we do here. This is Chain Talks, hosted by Chain Industry. My name remains MC Rich, and I'm going to see you on the next episode. Bye for now.